A border dispute between the Brackens and the Blackwoods opens House of the Dragon's third episode. Naturally, this is a direct result of the lines that were made in the sand over Aegon and Rhaenyra's disagreement. The episode opens with a fantastic mini-conquest that sets the scene for a much larger battlefield that is covered in blood and eerily quiet. In the distance, the windmill spins, a smoldering remnant of its former existence. With hundreds upon thousands of dead lying to ground, the overwhelming extent of carnage visible here is revealed when the camera pans up. And it was all the result of a little land dispute. Speaking of corpses, Rhaenys feels that hotter blood, rather than Otto Hightower, is at play here, and both Eric and Eric have been buried. She considers the origins of this conflict as well as the notion that violence breeds violence. Instead of waging a protracted conflict, she thinks there might be another option. And the source of that is Alicent Hightower. Despite a raven from Alicent having arrived and going unanswered, Rhaenyra tries to talk her way out of this by asserting that Aegon is sitting on her throne and that there is nothing else to be said. In his role as the new hand to the king, Criston Cole keeps failing higher. He attends the council meeting and takes a seat next to Alicent. They talk about the massacre between the Blackwoods and the Brackens, as well as Eric's abortive expedition. Unfortunately, arguments and back-and-forth exchange of views happen rather quickly. Alicent feels irritated. Criston Cole intervenes, pointing out that Harrenhal has control over the Riverlands, which hold the secret to winning the war. He intends to use force to try and persuade everyone who supported Rhaenyra to change. It's really audacious, and Alicent seriously doubts that this will succeed. Aemon is absolutely in favor of it, so there's hardly a discussion. Rhaenyra goes up to White Worm outside of Dragonstone, where she is still. She specifically wants a spot at her court in addition to being compensated for the warning. White Worm acknowledges that Rhaenyra has astonished her, given her display of grace. White Worm uses her familiarity with the Red Keep's operations to present herself as someone who can be useful. Knowing that Rhaenyra is kinder than the Hightowers based on her deeds, White Worm feels compelled to get revenge on them. It is a bit of a stretch to call the Targaryens merciful, considering what happened to the Mad King. She tries to keep her own boys and Rhaena safe by sending them as far as Pentos, knowing that war is on the horizon. But since Baela has a dragon and will use it as leverage to increase their army, she must stay. When Daemon arrives at Harrenhal, he makes the decision to take possession of it. When he arrives, Simon Strong, the Castellan of Harrenhal and a close friend of Larys Strong, naturally, instantly swears loyalty and extends an invitation to dinner. Though Daemon is worried about the poison's potential, the Strong family still has love for one another. Larys is disliked by Simon, who refers to him as Clubfoot and denounces him as a lord. They find it difficult to address Daemon as Your Grace because Rhaenyra is the queen. In essence, he aims to gather enough power in the Riverlands to invade King's Landing and seize the crown. Alicent presents Criston Cole to her brother, Ser Gawain Hightower, while he gets a fresh haircut. Otto is not thrilled that Cole filled his boots because Cole unseated him, but he will go with Cole into combat. This is obviously Alicent's method of monitoring him. Alicent looks reluctant to offer him her blessing, but they proceed nonetheless. As Aegon initiates contact, the Council of Rhaenyra meets and decides on their course of action. They think they'll go first because they haven't witnessed Aegon make his move. Rhaenyra thinks they should give Daemon some more time. Rhaenys and Lord Corlys discuss Rhaena and Joffrey, the war, and their parting as the council mulls over what to do. Rhaena bears the primary responsibility of reminding Lady Jane of her commitment to Rhaenyra. Stormcloud and Tyraxes, two little dragons, are offered assistance. We rewind to Alicent and Queen Helaena talking about Jaehaerys passing as war is about to break out. To Alicent's surprise, she informs her that she forgives her. When Larys finds out about the impending war, including the various rumors circulating